YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hi, thank you for stopping by. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that is not easy to talk about, and that is anxiety. If you guys have followed me at all for a while, you know that I have dealt with anxiety my entire life. And last year when I got diagnosed with Hashimoto's and I started on my healing journey with Hashimoto's, it definitely got better. But it's something that we all deal with all of the time. And I thought that I would just come on here really quick and share with you guys some of my tips that I use to, work through my anxiety, to live with it on a daily basis, to handle it. Of course, there are times when it's better and there are times when it was worse. For a few years, I had it pretty much under control. I didn't have any real issues with it. And then last year, that anxiety started creeping back in. And a couple months after that is when I got diagnosed with Hashimoto's. So, there is definitely a correlation with your thyroid, with any autoimmune disease, and any health issues and anxiety. So first and foremost, if you are dealing with anxiety, I urge you to go and talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor about other things than just the anxiety you're having. And maybe get a thyroid panel and find out if something is going on with your thyroid. Because I know once I started on my treatment plan that my anxiety decreased tremendously. Now, saying that, life happens and sometimes that anxiety creeps back in. And this kind of happened to me over the past few weeks. So I thought I would share with you guys how I, stepped back and kind of handled dealing with this anxiety. There are a few steps that I like to take, and the first one is really being self-aware and understand when you're going into an anxiety attack. If you can do this and you can realize when that anxiety is creeping up, then you have an easier time of stopping it and restarting your day, or kind of not necessarily stopping it, but you'll be able to handle it better. And the way that I really became self-aware is over the past 6 years, I've been doing a lot of personal development. I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I've gone to a few seminars, and just really learning about myself and what happens when I react to things. The next thing is once you start having that anxiety, for me, it's usually because I'm future tripping. I'm thinking about what's going to happen in in the future, and it's usually things I can't control. So I like to take a step back, take a deep breath, and figure out the things that you can control right now, not what's going to happen in the future. Like a lot of times when I start to have anxiety, I start worrying about all these things and stuff, and then I stop doing what I can control now, which will actually help me in the future. So stop future tripping, stop looking forward, and focus on the present and the now and what you can do to move forward. The next thing that I like to do is maybe take a step back from social media. Get off of social media, unplug, get outside, go spend some time with family, or maybe you just need some time to yourself. But get off of that social media, because that is definitely a source of anxiety, especially if you're like scrolling, looking at other people's lives, which you got to remember is just a highlight reel. It's not necessarily what's going on. Not a lot of people like to share the bad things. A lot of people like to share just the good things. So that could be very overwhelming and can cause a lot of anxiety. So maybe take a break for a couple of days and just allow yourself to feel through what you're going through and get over that before you get back on. The next thing is getting your body moving. Exercising has helped me so much. In so many different ways, but really to deal with my anxiety, and it just is kind of a release, and it helps lower your stress. It makes you feel better. It boosts your mood, and when that happens, you can think in a more positive light rather than a negative light. I talked about personal development at the beginning, but this is something that once anxiety hits, I have my go-to books that I like to listen to, or my go-to podcasts. A few of those would be Mike Dooley. He is an author, and he has a few different books out there. I will link them below in the bottom. I can't think right now what the book is. I should have wrote it down before I started this video. But the next one is Gabby Bernstein. She wrote a book last year called The Universe Has Your Back. And as soon as I start feeling that anxiety, I put my earphones in and I start listening to that book, because it helps me get through anything and everything. I love that book. It helped me so much. She actually has a few podcasts out there that she did like years ago that are completely free. I'll link those in the down bar also, but you can go listen to those, and those have helped me in the same situation too, even before her book came out last year. So, you know, plug something in that's gonna help you release, or maybe it's just music. Like for me, I love listening to music. I love like getting in the car, turning up the music and dancing, or maybe it's dancing around in the kitchen, whatever it is, do something that's going to make you happy. And then last but not least is make sure, I guess not last but not least, because, okay, the next thing is watch what you are putting into your body. So anything that's going to be like a stimulant like coffee or extra caffeine, or even like junk food and stuff like that, that's definitely going to increase your anxiety. So you want to make sure that you're not, if you have high anxiety during this time, don't increase your caffeine. Maybe not have that coffee, maybe go and have a cup of tea or something. And last but not least, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to take care of yourself and to make sure that you are getting enough sleep. Sleep is so important. And I understand that it's really hard when you have anxiety to get sleep, but if you do a few things like unplug from social media or the internet or anything that has lights, like a couple minutes, like 30 minutes to an hour before you go to sleep, you know, really start to calm down. Have some sleepy time tea maybe, maybe use some melatonin or something that can just calm you down to where you can get a good night's sleep. Maybe take a bath or a hot shower or something like that. But make sure that you are getting that rest and you're not, you know, you really are allowing your mind to calm down. Also, I think to wrap that all up, I would say is just let the people that are around you that love you know what's going on, because, you know, a lot of people don't understand what anxiety is about, and they don't understand what you're going through when you're going through it. So if you can be open with those people, like if your husband or your kids, or maybe you are around your parents or whatever it is, or your coworkers or your friends, if you can let them know what you're going through, it'll be a lot easier for them to help you, rather than for them to look at you and say, you're crazy, you know, you just need to calm down, everything's gonna be okay. Because if you're one to have anxiety and someone looks at you and says everything is going to be okay, I don't know about you, but for me, that shoots my anxiety through the roof. And it took me a couple years to explain it to my family that does not help me. So if you can tell them beforehand, or when you're going through it, like, this doesn't help me, you don't understand what's happening on the inside, I just need you to support me right now, or I just need you to not talk to me right now, or whatever it is that you need from them, communicate that to them, and you know, allow them to support you. Sometimes that's hard, especially when you're going through all of that anxiety. You're like, I don't want anybody to help me, I want to deal with this on my own. But if you can have that conversation and allow that communication to work, then it will definitely be in your favor if you have people on your side, because I know how hard that is. And if you have any questions about any of this, you can always shoot me an email or jump on over to my Facebook, my Snapchat, my Instagram, and send me a message, because I'm open with how I deal with things and how I have overcome the anxiety. Of course, like I said, you don't always overcome it. It can creep back in, but you learn along the way these tools to use that will help you move forward with this and live with this on a daily basis. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If it is, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anybody that you think that would help them. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can see every time that I upload my videos. I do a live Ask Ashley every week on my Facebook page on Thursdays. The timing differs, but if you ever have any questions for me, shoot them to me. You can post them below this video. You can send me an email, Snapchat, Facebook. I don't care how you get a hold of me. Send me the questions. I will get them answered for you. And if you miss the live video, I always post them up on my YouTube channel so that you guys can rewatch them. Thank you guys for always supporting me, for watching my videos, and I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.